Hello and welcome into Taff Gaming, guys. So there's been a Welsh map released by MS Modding, and yeah, it's in Wales, and it's welcome to Wanaloo Farm, based in a real-time life farm in Wales, 4 miles away from Carmarthen. So Carmarthen from me is about an hour and a half away. So yeah, this farm is not that far away from me actually, and I think it's a brilliant layout. Um, I'm actually loving it at the moment. The shape of it is just perfect. The size of the yard is perfect. Don't get me wrong, there is some issues for me personally on this map. But for the yard, I think it is spot on. Even though it's not flat, it is on a slope. But how he's fitted the buildings and everything in is just seamless. It looks so natural and so right. So yeah, as usual, I'm still gonna mess around with the farm and do things the way I do it. So which is some of the mods I might use, some of the buildings I might use, and definitely equipment. I will be selling all the equipment because I like using my own. And same as everyone else, everyone's got their favourite tractors and vehicles, favourite equipment, and I'm no different from you guys. So I'm literally going to sell everything on the farm. I will buy it all again, but the stuff I like using. So this is going to be mainly a class farm, and I'm going to be using a lot of Colossus pack. So if you watched any of my gameplays before, I use that a lot. But because the map is so... there's areas you just can't buy. And in that case you can't really put a lot of productions down. And like I said, none of this area is flat, as you can see, but he's managed to put the buildings in and everything else seamlessly. I think it's an awesome yard. I think it's definitely up in my top 10 for definite, because there's a lot of yards you just can't move because everything is just basically on top of each other. So yeah, I don't really want to mess around with this farm too much at all. I want to try and keep as many of the buildings as I can. I want to try and keep everything as it is naturally, because I can't recreate anything he's done on you just by looking at this. This is seamless. This is absolutely fantastic yard. So I've had a look in Modder, but I'm going to start finding different, well, it's not really a production, but a different way of making TMR rather than having a production. So I've noticed these mixers on ModHub. I haven't really tried them before, but I know if I do it from containers, I can pick that up with some forks and I can move it around the yard if I don't like it where it is. So I think that's a brilliant feature already. I'm going to have my own little repair station, and I think this is going to fit in quite well around this area. It's a little container, and it is pretty beaten up and battered. So I think with all these buildings, how they look, because they look spot on with the mould and everything else going up the walls, I think they're brilliant. So that's off to the modders again. And yeah, the map, okay, it ain't 100% for me. I think it still needs updates, personally. But like I said, the yard area is fantastic. I love all that. Only thing I wish the capacity of these animal pens were bigger. That's my only downfall so far. But apart from that, I think, yeah, it's all going to be okay. So on this gameplay, I'm probably just going to be doing contracts mainly. I'll see what fields I own and what I can buy. But yeah, I love all the staining on the walls, the gates. I think it looks weathered and it looks absolutely awesome. Even some of the bits lying around the yard, which I don't normally like, but the way he set this up, I think it's just fantastic. So as you can see, there's not everything you can sell. There's only going to be certain things, like that cow shed you can sell. That bunker silo, crazy man from Ireland, he did a live stream last night, and that bunker silo ain't working. A couple of these buildings I would like to remove, but I just can't. So there's only 2 buildings I'd really like to remove, to be honest. Everything else is, for me, spot on. Absolutely spot on. The same again, like I said, I'm not going to try and put too many productions on this map because there's literally no room. But I will be using some of the good mods I use, and they work on every other map, so I don't see why they ain't going to work on this one. But as I was making this video, I obviously making this video today, but like I said, Crazy Man from Ireland was trying to fill that bunker last night on a live stream, and it just wouldn't work. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that. So this map definitely going to need an update. So what I'm doing here, guys, is this is a mod to stop all your chaff from falling out of your bunker. So I've started using this lately, and it works absolutely perfect for anyone who uses bunkers and they don't want all their chaff falling out all the time. So that's a pretty good mod. This is just going to be extra silo. It's a multi-foot silo, so it will take liquids as well. And same again, it looks pretty run down and used, so I think it's going to fit in well on this map or this farmyard. So I'm going to chuck that down there, and I will have my own little process of different things what I'm going to do down in this area now. But as you can see, it's distorted the ground quite a bit there, and after the trigger is buried. But same again, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of landscaping. But yeah, I haven't really tried a lot in this area yet to see what we own properly. But yeah, there is obviously a couple of buildings I might want to put down, or some extra storage somewhere. I'm just not sure about the land yet, what we actually own properly. So yeah, hopefully I can do a little playthrough on this. But like I said, the Crazy Man from Ireland's doing a playthrough on this at the moment as well. So if you haven't seen it, guys, go and check him out. He's always doing live streams. Him and his daughter's on there, and yeah, they have a great fun. So this is the lazy distributor. I'm going to see if this will work on this map as well. Like I said, I've got some favourite mods, and I will try and put them on the map to help my farm and to help my gameplay basically. Right, so that don't look too bad. I haven't changed the farm that much, as you can see. I did change that silo there for bale storage. I did change that one because the one mod was there looked pretty new, and the mod I use, yeah, it looks pretty old and used shed, to be honest. So I've put that one down. I've put some of my machinery down here now, so I'm basically set up ready to go. So if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments, and I'll start making some gameplay on this map, because like I said, I think it's awesome. Thanks for your time as always, guys. Much appreciated. Bye.